Open hearts, open mind. Welcome to the Sattva channel, the official platform of the Sattva project. I'm Sharab Wong, the co-founder of the Sattva project.
Myself, Samiksha Meshram, and I'm from the Sattva Youth, which is an initiated by the Sattva project.
So first of all, we would like to wish everyone, all dear fellow Sattvas, a happy new year. So following the great inspiration of Shanti Deva, may we too walk the path of Bodhisattva with joy and great courage, attaining awakening for the sake of all mother sentient beings. So have a great Bodhiful New Year 2022. Best wishes from the Sattva team. So first of all, I would like to express our thankfulness to our StreamYard sponsor and media partner during ASEAN and during FM. And today we are going to have the first. This is going to be our first program for the new year 2022, entitled "New Moment, New Year, New Mind: A Guided Zen Meditation," guided by Myong An Sunim. So sitting quietly at home, spreading love and kindness all around the globe. And then I would like to express our thankfulness to um, Brother Ray as well, due to some technical difficulty, and he's not managed to come out and say hi to everybody, but we express our thankfulness to him. So, Samisha?
Yes, so tonight it's a meditation session which is going to lead by Myong An Sunim. So our session will be like first we will have short talk and then we will have a short meditation and then we will have question and answer session and then we will end up conclude this session by a short dedication prayer. Okay, so before we begin with our session, first of all, let me give a short introduction of Myong An Sunim. Myong An Sunim is a Zen monk from Kwan Ang School of Zen, and he is also the advisor of the Sattva project. Sunim was born to Chinese family in Malaysia in 1959. He received his education in the UK, culminating with an MBA and worked in finance. Sunim began his meditation practice in 1992 after meeting his teacher Zen Master Seong San in Hong Kong. He was ordained as a monk in 1997 and spent the next 16 years in Korea during doing intensive meditation retreats. He received Inca, which is the authorization to teach Koans and lead retreats from two Zen masters in 2015. He has over 30,000 hours of meditation experience. He teaches mindfulness and Zen in Penang and internationally. His teaching approach combines the wisdom of the ancient teachers with the science of meditation to arrive at ways of practice that are well suited to our contemporary lifestyle. We all welcome you, Sanim.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the wonderful invitation to come join you for the start of this year. So, and Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you have had a great start to 2022. And hasn't the last 2 years passed so quickly, almost like a blur? So now a lot of countries are starting to come out of the pandemic, and things are looking a bit more stable in many countries. We can look forward to new possibilities this year. So what is a year that we call in our human terms? It means it's the time it takes for the earth to rotate around the sun once. So in the way that we define it, it takes 365 and a quarter days. So every 4 years we have one extra day, which we call a leap year. So this way of dividing up the time is very convenient because it helps us to structure our daily lives into manageable parcels of time, into months, into seasons. But let's look a little bit more closely at this. So we have put a structure and organization to the passing of time. So now we all agree that there are 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, 12 months or 52 weeks to a year. But one of my teachers, Zen Master Daebong, who now lives in Korea, often used to say this. Where is this border? Where is this line that tells us that this side is 2021 and this side is 2022? Where is this line in the sky or in this world? There isn't one. Nature doesn't concern itself with old or new year. It just gets on with it. Dogs and cats don't care whether it's 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. Their main concern is for food, for safety, and for reproduction. So, what can we take from this? Many years ago, a Zen student went to Zen Master Song San and said to him, I really want to practice hard and attain my true self. So I plan to go on a 100-day solo retreat like you and live in the mountains, alone during the wintertime. Will that be enough? He asked Zen Master Song San. He looked at him hopefully. Then Zen Master Song San shook his head. No. Then the student was like taken aback. Then he sort of collected himself and again asked, how about if I do 1 year, 1 full year solo retreat, somewhere in the mountains by myself? How about that? Will that be enough for me to attain my true self? Then Zen Master Song San again shook his head. Now the student was getting frustrated. 1 year not enough? What about this then? If I do a kind of like a Tibetan style, I find a cave somewhere and stay there for 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days. That should be enough. If I practice hard, 3 years, 3 months, 3 days should be enough for me to attain something, right? Then again, Zen Master Song San shook his head. So then the student was very upset. What can I do? Because I want to really attain something. Then he raised his voice at Zen Master. Then how long? How long do I have to practice for then? Then Zen Master Song San, not upset at all, just leaned in and looked at the student right in the eyes and said, just this moment. Just this moment. So then the student was stunned, because that Zen Master Song San's answer really hit his mind because he knew it was true. He deeply understood it to be true. So this moment is really important. In the ancient times, during the Stone Ages and Bronze Ages, when human beings lived in caves, there was no measurement of time. Sunrise, get up, do some work, go hunting. Sun sets, then go back to your cave. That was all. It was only 5,000 years ago that the Egyptians invented the sundial. But the sundial can only work when there's sun during the day. And then they also divided the day only into 12 sections. Okay, 12 hours as they call it. It was only much later that we have what we call our modern definition of time and the calendar and the 24-hour day divided into two 12-hour sections, AM, PM. So that's how we have organized time to suit ourselves. But what is this time actually that we really take for granted? We never even really think about, This time that we say is actually made up of infinite number of moments. Moment. So a moment is a very, very short space of time. How short? Well, Zen Master Song San used to say this: it's 1 divided by infinity. 1 divided by infinity. So that's very, very short. So if I say this moment is already past, okay, it's already past. So it's that short. So what's so great about the present moment? So the most wonderful thing that we can appreciate and enjoy about each moment is that it is new. There is nothing old about this moment. Every single moment that we that arrives is new. It is completely new. That means actually we don't have to wait until the start of the new year to begin something new, to do something differently, or to have a fresh start. You know, it's only if we are attached or locked into this idea of calendar time that we suddenly think, oh, okay, now it's the end of the year. I can, take it easy. Next year, I will start. 1st of January, I will start again. No, every moment is a chance for you to have a new moment, new year, and new mind. That's how amazing a present moment is. So we don't have to wait. We can always start something afresh, change direction in the next moment. And that's why practicing this moment to moment mind is so powerful. In this one moment, everything is complete. Everything. You are complete. I am complete. The sun, the moon, stars, the whole universe is complete in this moment. Then, next moment comes. And once this moment has passed, just like it's gone forever. It's gone. Even if you want to think about it or try to hold on to it and bring it back, it's gone. You can no longer do anything with the moment that's passed. So that's why it's so valuable to practice being mindful and living in the present moment, because everything is contained with this moment. Everything happens in this moment. When you're daydreaming in the present moment. If you're thinking about the past, whether it's good memories or past memories, bad memories, you're doing it in the present moment. When you plan for the future, thinking about, oh, this year, 2022, I'm going to do this and this and this. You're also doing it in the present moment. So everything happens right now. And the only thing that is hindering us to a certain extent is that we're often unaware of it. We're mindlessly unaware of it. So we all think of it like some kind of flowing thing that each moment relies on the previous moment and affects the next moment. It's every moment is a moment by itself, t- t- just like that. So Zen Master Song San used to say, if you are aware of your mind from moment to moment, even going to the toilet is not a waste of time. That's the easy one to remember. So that's how powerful this moment is. So you don't have to wait for next year, 2023. Next moment is your next year. Next moment is your next life. If you really think about it, if you're really aware of it, every moment is your new life opportunity. Every moment presents you with new possibilities. So that's why this moment is very important, because everything happens in it. And whatever you do in this moment can have an impact on your future moments also. Okay, so with that in mind, I'd like to go into meditation, remembering that all it is just this moment. So if you get lost in your thoughts during this sitting meditation, don't worry. Just try to let go of your distractions and come back. And everything that has passed, your distractions, gone. Don't have to worry about them. Don't have to judge them or judge yourself. Don't have to have some certain expectations of how, I should be practicing like this and not like that. Just that doesn't matter. Just only the moment that you're in. So that's all you have to be aware of. So let's sit comfortably, upright but alert. Close your eyes, or if you prefer to have them open them just a little bit and direct your gaze downwards with a soft focus. Take a few breaths and allow yourself to relax into the sitting meditation. No need to try to control your breath. Just allow yourself to breathe naturally as you are breathing. Where do you feel your breath? Do you feel it in your belly, your chest, your throat, nostrils? Wherever you feel your breath most, just allow your attention to rest there. So you can follow your breath for the full in breath and follow it out for the full out breath. And just keep doing that until you find yourself distracted by some thoughts. When you notice that, don't worry, no problem. It's not a mistake. It happens to everyone and happens many times. Doesn't matter how long you've been meditating, how many years. Just gently let go of those distractions and come back to your breath. So let's try and do that. Breathing in, breathing out. Just allow your attention to rest on your breath. Just keep coming back to the breath gently, without judgment, without expectations. Take your time, open your eyes, and reorient yourself to the room. And thank you for your practice. Okay.
Thank you, Sunim, for your guidance for the guided meditation session. I believe that there's some questions.
Okay.
Ray, can you display the question? So, Miss Chang, maybe you would like to ask the first one.
So the first question is, what is a Zen koan? How to practice koan? Can you give us a koan for the year 2022?
Okay. The koan is who are you? Yeah, don't know is correct. So only keep that in mind. That's your koan practice for 2022. So Zen koan is very simple. Just a question, and if you have some kind of answer that comes from your wisdom, that's all it is. So traditionally in the past, how the koan uh, developed is sometimes there would be like a exchange between a teacher and a student. Like for example, long time ago in China, famous Zen master, Sixth Patriarch, Huineng, and he was walking through the temple gates. And at the temple gates were two monks, and they were arguing about a flag. And one monk was saying, the flag is moving in the wind. And the other monk said, no, no, no. The wind is moving the flag. Okay. And they were arguing this kind of nobody could win. So the sixth patriarch walked past, heard what they were arguing about, looked at them and said, it's not the wind or the flag, it's your minds that are moving. Your minds are moving. Then the two monks were shocked. So that was the exchange. Somebody recorded it down. Then we use that for teaching. So, for example, we would ask you that if you were one of the monks and the sixth patriarch said to you, it's your minds that's moving, how would you respond? Okay, how would you respond to the sixth patriarch? He said to you, your mind is moving. How do you then what do you say? You just go, huh. Because there is a response that you can give, and you can kind of hit the sixth patriarch back. So that's a koan.
Mm.
That's a koan.
Mm.
Okay. So
We will be sued
if you
then,
want to
Sunim.
practice,
If we hit
huh?
the master bed, then we might be sued. You will hit him back.
No, not literally. The that's what teacher wants you to do, to actually be
Okay.
able to hit him back.
Mm.
Okay, because the
With
teacher wants
action.
you to be to practice until you're at his level or greater than his level. Then you
Yeah.
have repaid his teaching. So teachers and teachers are very happy if you hit them. I mean, not literally hit them, but hit their mind. Okay,
Yeah.
so don't go punching all the monks and nuns you see. You will definitely get sued if you do that. Okay, or you
Not
might get hit back.
physically. Yeah,
You
yeah.
might get hit back very hard. Some nuns know kung fu. Okay, so
Confidence,
be
yeah.
careful. So second koan for 2022,
Uh,
be careful.
be
Watch your
careful.
step.
Also, just hit, maybe. Just hit
Yeah, verbally,
verbally,
verbal.
yeah. Okay, not physically, yeah.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay. So
Okay, good.
who are you?
Mm-hmm.
That's lifetime koan. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
Mm-hmm. So, Samisha, do you get the Quran?
Okay. So
Do you
next
get the
question.
essence of the Quran?
So as yeah, I think it's nice. So as a Buddhist in general and a Zen practitioner in particular, should we have a New Year resolution? If yes, then how should we do it?
Good question. New Year's resolution. Everybody has them at the start of the year. You know what is the statistical uh, what the data tells us? Most people give them up within January. By the end of the year, no more. Have you? How many New Year's resolutions have you kept from 2021 or 2020? When do you give them up? That's not your fault, by the way. It's not a mistake. That's just how we are. That's why, like gym membership, I don't know if you go to gym. Gym membership, they offer special 1 year membership at the end of the previous year or the new year. And January, many people go. They make the full use. But after January, nobody, hardly anybody goes. So the gyms already made their money for the whole year. That's how we are. Because resolutions depend a lot on willpower. Okay. I'm going to go running 3 times a week, 5 kilometers each time. I will do it. Maybe the first 3 weeks of January you do it. Then after that, too tired, too sleepy. Then you don't go. Or here's the most popular one. I'm going to lose weight in 2022, right? I've also done that. Never worked, okay? Never, 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 ever worked. So I've always failed in my resolutions. So why? Why? Because we're trying to get ourselves to do something which it's not really rewarding. Resolutions depend on willpower to make you do something that is hard in a sense for yourself. So that's why most people fail because there is no reward, or basically, there doesn't seem to be some easy reward. Okay, so if you want to have to kind of develop a habit of practice, we have to make it that it is rewarding, it feels good. That is something we can look forward to. Okay, you can't make it something that is a struggle. You can struggle. Short term willpower works. Okay, it's not that it doesn't work. It works for the short term. Like if you have to cram for your exams for 1 week, you cram, cram, cram. Willpower works, but you can't do it for 1 year. You can't do it for a long time. So willpower is useful for short term things. But if you want long term, you have to develop a habit that is rewarding. Okay. Something that makes you feel good when you do it. Okay. So, how do we structure it then? Start with something small and something that you can actually find that makes you feel good after you've done it. So, that's why I always try to suggest that if you want to do like develop a meditation habit, for example, that's what most of us would like to do, is to start small. Say, I will sit for 1, 2, or 3 minutes. That's 1, 2, or 3 minutes, not 1, 2, or 3 hours. 1, 2, or 3 minutes most days of the week. So then if you don't make it a certain day, you don't feel so bad. And when you sit down for 1 minute or 2 minutes, it's quite easy to do. And after you feel good, I did it. I accomplished something today. And that becomes a positive reinforcement. Okay. That's very important for us, our psychology. positive reinforcement. We do things we like. We don't do things that are painful. We can do things which are painful short term, but not over the long term, right?
Mm.
Yeah. That's why many diets fail.
Mm.
The overwhelming uh, the overwhelming result of diets is that people who go on diets eventually put on more weight. Okay, you can check that out. You can Google it. People who go on diets end up putting on more weight. So if you want to put on weight, go on a diet. Okay.
Sunim, but I got a question, Sunim. You say that willpower doesn't work for a long term, right? It works for a
Yeah.
short while, and then but it's like, for example, in Tibetan Buddhism, we believe that imagination is more important than the willpower. So Albert Einstein also say that, right? So we have a lot of visualization practice, like deity and bodhisattva likes and all these things. But in Zen, how do we use imagination as a tool of practice then?
Don't.
Does Zen have
It's
this,
it's not
no?
the part of the practice. So that's
Mm,
visualization practice is very much Tibetan, and
yeah.
if it works, then
Mm,
great.
mm,
Very wonderful.
mm, mm,
Uh, it's just that willpower. I'm not saying willpower doesn't work for certain people. That
mm.
like 1 or 5% of people who have this incredibly, I don't
Strong
know,
will.
strong character, whatever, they can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like black and white, but let's go out again. And the majority of people can cannot sustain it
Mm,
using willpower alone. So I don't know about visualization. That may be very, very supportive, can help you. If it
mm-hmm.
is, great, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about willpower over the
Mm-hmm.
short term.
Okay.
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 So does that answer the question?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Sunim. And then there's one last question, Samisha.
Okay.
Samisha?
Yes, some say that Zen Buddhism has a tendency of rejecting Buddhist scholarship and studies.
Hello.
Well, I don't know about this. Maybe you can explain, like how Zen Buddhism thinks about Buddhist scholarship and studies. So, do you agree with this statement?
I don't think I do.
Mm,
It doesn't reject it. It just doesn't emphasize it. Okay.
mm,
So I think many people have this when we don't emphasize the study of Buddhist scriptures or texts, then people will be rejecting it. But here it just says, if you want to, uh, understand your true self, you don't have to. It may be helpful, but you don't have to. Like, let's take the example of the Buddha. What did he do? He sat meditation. He didn't go to a library. Okay, he didn't go to university to study whatever religious texts of his time, or the Mahabharata or whatever. He just went to a forest and sat meditation. So not just uh, the Zen tradition, but the Theravada tradition have a forest tradition. They also just practice meditation. Thai forest monks, the Burmese monks also, they just sit. Okay, they don't make studying uh, sutras a key part. It's not emphasized. So it is not absolutely necessary. But if you're interested in it, yeah, fine. Don't have a problem with that. But the question is, and this is the key question that Zen Master Sun Sen used to say, are you reading the scriptures or do the scriptures read you? Okay. Do you read the scriptures, the sutras, or are the sutras reading you? Which means, are you attached to the understanding? If you are, watch out, be careful. Okay.
mm,
Don't attach to anything that appears in your mind. That's what the Sixth Sutra heard from the Diamond Sutra and got enlightened. Don't attach to anything that appears in your mind. If you attach your understanding controls you. If you don't attach it, you can use your understanding with wisdom. So that's the key point. You can do anything. You can read the sutras. How you read it is very important.
Any further questions, Samisha?
Yeah,
Do you have any?
but we human beings just make it complicated. So
Uh,
sorry. Yeah. Over to you.
No, I guess it means that Zen Buddhism doesn't endorse with the idea of Buddhist scholarship like academically, but they more focus on the pragmatic side of it. Is that?
I didn't say not endorse. I said doesn't emphasize.
Doesn't more emphasize
Okay.
on
The
academics.
doesn't emphasize the study. We do. There are some important scriptures that we consider that very important for us to know. Heart Sutra, Diamond Sutra, Six Patriarchs, Platform Sutra. Those are the three in Zen Buddhism. I think it's important. Also, some people like the Suragama Sutra. Okay, but having a knowledge of the sutra is good. Okay, like I said, do you read the sutra or the sutra read you? That's the key point. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not much familiar with Zen Buddhism, so I don't know so many things about it. But okay, so in general,
That's
if
the
I want to,
best thing. Don't be familiar with it. Then you can be open to it. Once you understand too much, then you go, huh, why is it like this? Not like that. Why is it like that? Not like this. Then but if you don't understand it, you just approach it with a beginner's mind, we say. Chobal Shim, beginner's mind. Then everything appears in front of you without any interpretation. You just see it as it is. Okay?
Sunim, there's like for students like Samisha, they are studying in a Buddhist university for Buddhist
Yeah.
philosophies, and at the same time they want to know like what Zen Buddhism is, Tibetan Buddhism. What is your advice of integrating these two parts, the philosophical studies of Buddhism and the practices of Buddhism? How to
So if you
integrate
want
these
to
two?
know what Zen Buddhism, good question. If you want to know what Zen Buddhism is, you have to go for a Zen retreat. Go for 3 months. Go for a 3-month retreat, Zen style. Not easy. Then you experience that yourself exactly what it means to practice. Yeah. No reading, no talking, no handphone, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, only practice. How's that sound? Like torture?
no,
It's
it's
not easy.
interesting. It's not
Yeah,
easy. Yeah, that's right.
it's not easy, but it is very helpful. It's like refreshing your mind, like having a detox, a mind detox. So that's the best way of getting to know Zen Buddhism. Reading all these books just gives. I can't read books on so much on Zen Buddhism anymore. It just gives me a bit of a headache because there's too much. Yeah. So practice is just the most helpful thing. Maybe I should have said that.
Thank you, Sonin, for the beautiful answers. Yeah.
Sure.
What a great
Okay.
beginning for this new year,
Yeah.
2022. Yeah, we start with the new moment, new mind, and new year. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thank
now,
you.
thank you, Sunim, for your guidance. Yeah. Thank you for
Thank
the,
you for
all the
inviting me.
answers.
And Samisha, I hope I haven't confused you too much. And just keep going. Okay. Don't
Mm.
worry. Don't worry about what I said. Just throw it in the bin. Yeah. And thank you and have a great new 2022.
Yes, thank you, Sunim. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have a new announcement. There's
Yeah.
some upcoming events. Yeah, Samisha, maybe you would like to announce.
So we have next event on 30th January, which will be on Sunday, a conversation on the Yogacara School of Buddhist Philosophy, which will be moderated by both Samiksha Mishra and Samiksha Kamle. So there will be two guest speakers this time, Bem Mitriu and Vivek Sharma. And again, there is one more event, Empowering Buddhist Women Here and Now, which will be part two. We had part one last time, and this will be on 23rd January on Sunday, led by Sister Andrea. And this time we are going to have five guest speakers: Venerable Tenzin Dasil, Venerable Karma Tashi Chodron, Sister Christy Chang, Sister Manjulat Pradeep, and Sister Smita Lahiri. Okay, there is one more on 16th January. Mistaken views and misconceptions about Buddhism, which will be moderated by Ram Narula. Our guest speakers will be Dr. Maria, Dr. Mattia Salvini, Dr. Giuliano, and Vivek Sharma. Okay, so we hope everyone will be interested to join in. It will be very good event. Okay, then let's conclude this session by a short dedication prayer. Sunim, would you like to have a short dedication prayer in Korean, from Korean tradition, like Zen tradition?
Actually, I just read the English. That's what I usually do. Yeah.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah. The four great vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to save them all. Delusions are endless. We vow to cut through them all. The teachings are infinite. We vow to learn them all. The Buddha way is inconceivable. We vow to attain it. May all beings be well, happy, and safe.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Good night.
Sunim. Thank you. Good night. Happy New
Thank
Year.
you. Happy New Year. Take
Yeah.
care.
Take care. See you soon.